Talks with Temarah
and Brooke.
episode 29.
Yeah, do you know it's someone's birthday?
Whose birthday is it?
Talks with Temarah.
1 year, guys. 1 year ago today.
Well done, Franco.
And thank you so much, my love, for doing a flawless thing. Whoa, 1 year ago we were in the room.
We started with a camera, a phone, one stand, two liggies.
Almost like bedroom DJs.
You know.
I'm sure we got pictures.
No, we do. We have plenty.
We got
plenty.
You started there, then we were at Encore. Shout out to Encore for having us. Then thanks to Moms for the lounge.
The lounge look.
Sitting on the floor, players behind us. Now we are those girls. And then we're here today. 1 year later. Well, we're here now for how long?
I think a couple of months.
December?
Yeah,
it was start of December,
it's
remember?
Like 4 months. Yes.
Wow.
4 months, yes.
100%. And so now we're on to bigger and better things. And as we evolve and change, we are having an exciting guest today.
Yes, episode 29. We know we promised you guys guests, but people are just so busy, And we tried, but we got something special today. So before we bring him on, how are you doing today, Brooke?
I'm fabulous. I'm feeling energized, positive, and just happy. How are you feeling?
Now I'm good. I'm ready for it. The next few weeks is going to be good. It's looking lekker. Guess on guess. But I think let's bring him on.
We have a special guest. His name is Denver, aka the Wolf Bandit. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm doing very well. Well, once again, welcome to Talks with Temarah. Very happy to have you here today. So we've got a lot in store, guys. You're probably thinking, who is this guy? I guess it's best that I read it out. He has a major, incredible story. Creativity, resilience, mental health. That's just turning into greater things, and greater things is on the way to you. So Denver, aka Mr. Wolf Bandit. Where do we start? So tell me a bit about your journey, your metal, your creativity. You work for an amazing company that I don't think Cape Town, or even South Africa, on a whole knows about it. So touch on that for us, please.
Okay. Where did I start? Okay, let me start with work. So I work for a company called Supported Employment Enterprise.
Okay.
It's for people with disabilities, and we employ like anybody with a disability. We've got 2 branches in Cape Town.
Okay.
And I think it's 15 or 12 branches throughout the throughout Africa.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's quite a lot. We are the biggest branch of all of them. So we have textile, woodwork, and metalwork.
Nice.
So your hospital beds, your bedding, and all of that comes from us.
Really?
Your school benches, we make it.
The school bench with the wooden and the metals, the there.
Remember the ones that used to lift up? Now we used to make those. It's a better design now than back in the day, but it's basically the same principle. And then we offer, obviously, the office chairs and stuff like that that you'll get in Parliament and the schools and hospitals. So we make all of that. Our EP department is strictly wood and textile. We are the only one that is all 3 within the Western Province. So it's fun to work there. You don't need to, like, when you start there, you don't need to know anything.
You don't need to have experience.
None.
Okay.
You can come there. We obviously look at what disability you have, what would be best for you. And then you have the opportunity to learn in all the departments.
Amazing.
So you'll be based in, say, like myself, I'm metalwork.
Okay.
And I'm one of the leaders in the metalwork department. So then we'll say, okay, like start training you in different departments, starting off slowly. And before you know it, you can spray, powder coat, weld, work on a drill machine, bending machine, cutting machine. You'll be able to fabricate your own stuff.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
One-stop shop, eh?
Right?
Basically.
That's lekker.
You've mentioned that your creativity of making things like a TikTok championship belt and steel roses played a significant role in helping you overcome tough times. How did these creative projects help you navigate through your mental health?
That's a very good question. Look, to be honest, I went through depression, and it was a long story situation for me.
You don't have to go into
And
detail, don't worry.
yeah, and I in everything that happened, I lost my creativity. My grandfather was actually a foreman for the council, but he was very good with wood, and I learned that from him. My stepfather was hands-on, handyman, and all that. And with school, actually, I wanted to, because I went to the Greno, which is if you're learning disabilities.
Yes.
So then you have workshops. So I wanted to be in woodwork, obviously following my grandfather's footsteps, but there was no space, and they put me in metalwork, and I was so upset about it. And then after like the first few months and started to wild, and I was like, I like this. And obviously it went with me, and then I started working here and at supported, and I went through a tough time and everything, and things were just going bad, and I lost my creativity in general. And as my healing process started, one of the ladies at work actually needed me, the admin lady needed me to make something, and she told me, you have carte blanche, you can do what you want. And I had to make trophies, and with that because we had nothing to work with, I'd use scrap metal and whatever I could find. And then I'm grabbing this and I'm grabbing this, and I'm like, okay, but I can do this for this and I can do that for that. And as I was building, and I did actually a video on my TikTok of like the final product, and I'm building, and as I'm welding together and spraying together and putting bending and all this, I just slowly started building my confidence back up and my creativity, because I'm taking nothing and I'm creating something out of it.
Beautiful.
100%.
And then obviously I thought like, okay, let me start making things for myself. And that's when, what this whole TikTok bullying and all of that happened.
Cyberbullying.
Yes, it knocked me hard. And I was like, you know what? I'm a wolf. At the end of the day, I'm going to be arrogant because I'm damn good at what I do.
Lekker, love
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say that I'm very humble. I will never say I'm better than anybody else, but I'm the best at what I do, in a sense. So I was like, you know what? Let me make this bout just to say I've used everybody that tried to push me down.
Yeah.
So I built it, and it was out of my head. I had YouTube. You can look on YouTube, internet, wherever you want to. You cannot find a blueprint or anything to make a championship bout. Like some people have made cardboard versions of it, and I was like, you know what? I actually want to make a steel or implement everything. So that's why I added the wood into it, just as a memorial to my grandfather.
Okay, amazing.
So that's why I added the wood into it. Just
Bring it
to be
up,
like,
let's see it. Let's
so
see it.
at the first prototype. So this would be your first ever TikTok championship bout. The first version.
Wow, Davey, eh?
Oh
Okay.
wow, you must put it up.
Yeah. And it, obviously I can clip it loose at the back. I did the whole the actual wrestling
You
bout.
can actually put it on.
You can actually put it on.
Is this so walk
Pleasure.
us through
Sure.
the materials?
Yeah.
There's a
Okay,
plate.
okay.
So what you have your plater. You have your plater. The first prototype, as you can see, is not exactly you have to use a 170 needle to actually straight this. Which obviously
Sounds
working
ancient.
at work takes out, come on. And in the spraying work I did myself, the metal work, everything I did myself. This is actually wood and this is your metal. So you can it's all pieces together, but it's the first version. I'm busy with the second version of it.
Okay.
But like I said, it takes this one took about 2 months.
2 months.
Because of finances, you had to save up, put away and whatever.
Yeah.
But the second version that I'm working on, I'm going to take my time because I did 2 more.
Okay.
And it took me 1 to 4 months, 1 took 6 months.
Yeah.
And that was for charity events. I gave it as a gift for them. But I want to make another version because I have this idea in my head and I need to get it out, man.
Amazing.
So, like you guys touched on the steel roses. That was for my HR. She survived breast cancer.
Okay.
And she's I can honestly say she's an amazing woman. She really goes out of her way to help the people that work there. And like you get close to people. So I thought, you know what? She loves roses and lilies. So I went on Pinterest and I'm looking at flowers and all this. And I was like, you know what? Let me figure this out. And I think I sent you the photos so you can show it if you want. But yes, so I made that for her, and that was given to her at the end of the year. So I actually checked out there's one that's slightly shorter, that's her, because she's a bit shorter than us.
Okay.
And so details like that I put in, took the time to spray it and paint and all that. And in the first was the prototype actually, and then I made also cancer award for one of my colleagues, a male. Like after our HR had breast cancer, she had one of the nurses there to just talk about breast cancer and all of this, and the guy sat in as well. And funny story, the guys were like, when you go around with that boob to feel,
Yes.
and you know how the guys go,
Feeling.
but one of the guys was actually taking note, and he did a self-examination, and he found that he had breast cancer. So luckily he did that, and because you don't think men can get breast cancer,
Yeah.
and there he happened to get it, and it was early enough. He could get treated. He was gone for about 2-3 months, and he went back at work.
Wow.
So, and I mean, he's elderly. He's got maybe, I think, 5 or 6 years left for work.
Wow.
So he's not a young man. And so I thought, end of the year, you know what? He's a breast cancer. Let me just do this for him. I made it. I got permission at work. Made the item. They still provided me with everything, and I was able to make that for him. You survived breast cancer. You were a champion. I mean, how many people didn't?
Well,
When you fought through that at that age.
Definitely. I mean, I can touch on cancer. Mother also went through breast cancer. And both, what do you call it? Vasectomy. Both removed. I mean, it's been 1 year later. And vasectomy. Wrong body part. Anyway, my mother went through that. It's been like 2 years now in remission. She's doing well. So it's very seldom. And it's quite sad. Listen to my other mother that when she got cancer at the same time, and unfortunately passed on. Rest in peace to her. But no, you quiet. I love your creativity. I love your energy. I love that from where you come from to where you're going and your vision and what's coming to you is definitely on its way to you. So just to touch on the mental health part, tell me there's a stigma around it. Men, depression, how do you, with your creativity, change the stigma? How do you maybe help the next person with it?
I've got myself in a lot of trouble with TikTok lives on this subject, especially with men.
No, I already like
I don't mind it because at the end of the day, the more you speak about it, the more people know about it.
But what? Sorry. What do men have a problem with on TikTok about mental health coming from a man? What's the
not
issue?
generally the men. Weird enough, you would think it's the men that people like, no, it's not a thing. It's actually females.
What do females say?
They're like, how can men have what are the problems that men have? How can they have mental health issues? And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, because men have been taught, me included, men must be strong, men don't cry, men don't show emotions, men has the pillar and all of this. But it's not, men are human. Exactly. They break down. If you can't talk to and I've been through this myself, if you can't talk to your partner about how you feel,
100%.
then who do you talk to?
Exactly.
And then why men are also scared to talk to their partners, because when they get in an argument or something goes on, a lot of females have, and I've seen this happen from myself and other males that I've spoken to, it gets thrown in your face.
You're not man enough.
Boom, like they I don't know, but it's like some females have the habit of going like for the jugular straight, man. It's like they want to hurt you the most, and that they know. So a lot of men tend to close up and they don't want to speak to their partner, and that's actually a bad thing for a relationship.
For yourself.
For yourself, and like.
And it can also lead, sorry to interrupt you there, it can also lead to suicide. Big time. I mean,
men at the highest rate of suicide in the world, not the country, the world.
Today you look very happy, but deep down you don't know.
Look, I can speak from personal experience. I can be in a room full of people. I can be laughing with you and whatever, but when I was going through my depression, I can feel the most alone. I can be in a good mood today. Tomorrow a simple thing can happen, like the smallest thing, and it will just put me down completely.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like a constant up and down, emotionally and mentally. It's a crazy thing. So, like I said, with my creativity, it helped me. Look, not everybody is creative. That's the thing. So, if I give advice in terms of creativity, even in general, if you're not creative, find something that you are passionate about.
100%.
That makes you excited. That nobody else can say. Like for me, like I took something out of my head and made something out of it. Like I hold on to this one, even when I build a new one, this one will still be right next to my bed where my camera is. So when I do a video, a live, whatever, this is always prominent in there.
Amazing.
For the simple fact that that's what in my head, this is not perfect, there's flaws, as you can see if you're seeing a close-up. No one sees the close-up, so they don't see the flaws. But there's flaws, there's cuts that's not right, there's this and that, there's this. So it's not perfect.
That's authentic.
But the thing is, this is basically me in metal form.
I was just thinking that.
Understand? Like I had to bend, burn, heat. I believe that steel sharpens steel. You can't bend metal without heating it up. And this is a reputation of me. So yes, it's not perfect, but this was what healed me.
Yeah.
This is what came out of me. So I'm not perfect. I'm not the best at what I do, but I try my best every day. And if you are a person that loves, I say like most guys love cars. Get yourself off. Even if I get Lego and you build Lego cars out of it.
That's my boyfriend. That's what he does.
I love Lego. It's the best thing in the world. It's creativity.
Yeah.
But whatever your passion, that will help pull you out of that dark place. I always tell people, you can never get out of the valley if you don't walk. If you sit, you're not going to get out of there. So find something, or even if you just need sometimes you just need a helping hand.
100%.
My best friend, when she found out when I finally admitted that I've got depression, she's super busy because she's got a child that she's raising on her own and all of that, and full-time job. It's busy. Every single day she phoned me just to make sure I'm good.
Wow.
For like months.
Shout out to that best friend of yours.
Kira, shout out, love you lots. And I can never thank her for that because the minute I opened up, there was people to help me. And that's what because we're at that point, like with the cyberbullying and everything, you think, okay, no one gives a damn.
Yeah.
There's no one that cares. But the minute you open up, there's going to be someone that genuinely loves you and cares about you, that's going to give you that little push or that little pull that you need.
No, I totally agree. And I mean, it's always that first step. It's always the first step.
Exactly.
The first step may be starting with creativity or just asking for help. And I mean, maybe, of course, it's hard from men's side, even from anyone's side, but I mean, you must take that first step. I mean, even just a podcast, even just the steel that you've created there, that first step is so important, but we're so scared. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? You know, but we shouldn't, no one should let that.
Exactly.
Because then we can help you in your creativity work. You know?
And look, if you don't want to talk to anybody, there are so many places that toll-free line that you can actually call and just speak to somebody.
I love, just to put in there, I love that you are shining a light on not just men's mental health, but people's mental health in general. Ways in which to tackle it, whether it's creative or any other hobby in that. So that's very important. I love, I don't know if you watch our podcast before, the whole purpose of this is shining a light on local people, right? Because everyone wants to have trendy people, influencers, but we're not about that, right? We literally built this platform so that we can speak to people like you that's doing such great work. And then we can look back years later and say, we interviewed you first. So,
before you get famous.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation. It's really something close to my heart. So I'm just sitting here in awe listening to you. So yeah. So Denver, aka the Wolf Bandit. So let's start at the beginning. Right. You started at SEE. How did you find out about them? Where did you start? And where are you now?
Okay, with supported employment enterprise, my mom found out for me and she look here, so to see I would actually, I think, yes, I was not staying with her at that point. I was, and then I was engaged a little at least all that time. And I was looking for other job and she told me to look about this place and I'm like, okay, cool, took my CV, got an interview a few months later, I had to go to the police clearance, all that.
Okay.
And so it's not very well known. It needs actually a light to be shined on it more. It is an amazing place. The thing is, if you know what was crazy for me, is when I had friends and working there, working with people with disabilities, physical and mental disabilities. Then you get people, I can't find a job, or the job was junk.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can't need the work is too much, my back and all of this. I was
Thank you.
And I look at him, I was like,
Thank you.
If I cannot be friends with him. I refuse.
In Dinovia.
My one friend, I organized him a job, and within a week he resigned. He's like, no, I couldn't handle the smell. I was like, dude, I've got people that's working with me with one leg, people that's deaf, people that's made the mind of a child. So how you that are physically able, body, mind, soul, everything is 100%, and you can't keep a job. And these guys that work in their 30 to 40, there's a dude that retired now recently, with I think 35 years.
Wow. And what was his disability, if I may ask?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Because we were in two different departments, so we didn't really have a lot of interaction with each other, but obviously we knew each other.
And tell me when so people that maybe have a half a leg or maybe some other kind of thing, we saying they're in wheelchairs or they're on crutches. How is the place wheelchair friendly or disability friendly?
It's wheelchair friendly. We have one lady she's retiring soon. She's in a wheelchair, so everything's accessible. Wheelchair accessible. The two people we have that do have amputated legs are both on crutches. But there's obviously the facilities, everything is there for them. I know that other departments that have people in wheelchairs. So yeah, we have on site, we have our health and safety officer, we have health and safety reps, which I am one of them. Everything is like planned out. Like one guy, he passed away a few years ago when he couldn't walk anymore. He got his wheelchair and everything was changed up for him. There's a story I can actually tell you guys, and this is before my time.
But wait, just before we go into that, now just look at that. Just because I interrupted you earlier on. So this guy was now put into a wheelchair, unfortunately, but they made things right for him.
Yes.
So yet to give him the
They
point,
changed
everything.
They made everything easier for him. He's working, and has made it accessible for him.
So on that point, people that we all got problems. We're all suckling in some kind of way. You know, we all don't have this and we have that and we did it, but we're always looking for excuse. And I think you are the whole business and yourself is a great example of there's no excuse.
There's nothing stopping anybody.
You can do something, maybe online at home. When people tell me, so I interrupt you, that there's no work in South Africa, I get very upset.
Look,
challenging.
There is minimal work. There's a lot of people that is struggling to find work. But if I can take this back, I was unemployed due to things happening and my business closing down, and I wanted to propose to my fiance at that time. I'm not, and I took her to her. She stayed quite a distance from me. It didn't matter if I had to cut grass, clean bins, do whatever I needed to do, but I made sure I got her that engagement ring that she wanted. There was not a single minute that she had to ask me for petrol or I asked her for petrol or anything like that. Not because I'm a man, but because at the end of the day, I need to make sure that there's something I can do. Like I'm mine, there's nothing of mine, I can fix this, I can do this, cut grass, clean bins, whatever I need to do to make money. I did it, which is legally. Legally. So there's nothing stopping you if you have two hands, two good feet, and a strong back. There's nothing stopping you.
There's always a way. And I just wanted to also add, if you wanted to share, maybe we should have started with this, but do you want to share your disability with us?
So I was born premature. And so the complete side of my face wasn't fully developed. So inside my ear, there's no eardrum, nothing. The eye a bit, it didn't go overish, but yeah, so I always wear glasses, and then the jaw didn't fully develop. So the side's a bit shorter than the other. And then I think because I do tend to, and I've never been diagnosed, but you obviously know yourself. Like I have a bit of short-term memory from time to time. So literally I can write a word now and 10 seconds later I'll be like, wait, I just spelled that word.
I was well end today. I was well end. I was doing chat to me.
And you know what the messed up part is? We're in a generation of typing. And no one types, like there's very few people that type like complete sentences out. So when you are in that mode, and I have to actually write something or type something out, and like, wait, how do you spell it?
Right.
No, the short, I don't like the short. I mean, we all used to be on mix at those days, and it was WUD. Did I get upset? How do you feel? I type full words out.
We type paragraphs. Paragraphs, word for word.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It depends on who I'm talking to.
You were texting very well to me. So
It depends on who I'm talking to. Yeah, but then again, I love voice notes.
Oh, are you very animated? I feel like you really get into it when you talk.
The thing is, because I talk a lot at work,
Mm.
because I'm training guys as well, and because I do my TikTok and my social media, I used to do a lot of emceeing as well. After I broke my hands, I did a bit of emceeing and stuff like that. So talking is not something that, at first I was obviously a bit shy when I was younger because of the joy and everything and all that. But afterwards I was like, as long as the content is good.
100%.
So if the minute you forget about what people think about, like, then you are free to be yourself,
Yeah.
whether
But I
people
mean,
like you or not.
In the world of like digital content, comparison or like competing one another, who's more good looking, who's more trendy, obviously, it's difficult to do that. But I'm glad to see that you've put that aside and look at you now, stronger, better. You talk so easily, so confidently. And we really want to thank you for being on the podcast with us because you're shedding a light into the disability sector, using your own story to inspire, and hopefully other people are actually inspired by this and follow you on TikTok and all your other social media. We will tag you in the bio.
So yeah, before we do wrap up here, no, I'm also just sitting here very amazed, and I'm just loving that when you came to us, well, we got you on the show today, we started chatting, and one thing led to another, took a bit of a moment there. But the fact that you just stepped and you said yes, your confidence is already top tier. Better than the courage compared to other people. You are in your rechterbaan that you should be.
Yeah.
So keep on at it. So before we do that, any last words to males or even just normal people out there, all of us humans out there, what do you tell them? Look at the camera, tell them to their face. What? Just uplift them in some way. You said a lot of things today.
Okay. Something that I live by and that I use, was the depression
Yes.
came panic attacks. A lot of people don't speak about that because it happens when you just get like too much. So I use a mantra, and I'm now you what is going to say? Oh, this is from Teen Wolf. No, it's not from Teen Wolf. It came as a Buddhist. It's a very old Buddhist saying. So three things cannot be hidden forever: the sun, the moon, the truth. Dark days don't stay forever. The sun does come out, and the truth always comes out. So it doesn't matter what people say about you or what they did. You, as long as you move in the right direction, you're gonna move into good things. Like I use this as my motivation. Like when I'm literally, this is what I do when I'm having a bad morning or something because it's right next to my bed. So I'll take it off, unstrap it, I'll put it over my shoulder, look in the mirror, and I'll be like, you know what? I am the champion, and I'm gonna do the best. So then, and that is like literally what 5 o'clock in the morning when I do that, and I stand in front of her and I'm like, you know what? I am the champion. I'm the best. I'm gonna go today through the day. Doesn't matter what happens, who does what. The truth will always come out that you are the best that you are, that you can be. No one can stop you. No one. And dark days will come, but sunny days will also come. So
I feel so like
I'm confused. My eyes.
I'm actually going to use that. That is so beautiful. Your energy is great. We really appreciate you being on the
10 out of 10.
Thank you very much.
And as always,
Right?
and congratulations on 1 year.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday to the ladies.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you came. Your words, everything you spoke about, I didn't even speak about today, but I think you will be definitely upliftment to the community, to the rest of the world. But like we say over here, thank you guys for watching, and life is good
regardless.